Welcome to the After Raid Hours.
My God.
The illustrious hosts, I always say guests, JackJack1620
Hello, hello.
and JayTI7N or Titten,
Titan.
depending on how you're feeling today. Oh, little titties.
Goodness. Titties.
Titties! I love titties.
Titties.
I'm an ass man myself, but
Always.
how's it going?
Good, man. Just tired. It's been hot. And I
Same.
don't like it.
Yeah, that's why my curtains are closed, because it keeps all the hot air out.
It
Like a
does.
fan blowing right up your ass, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
And then,
Same.
it's a good time. It has been very warm, a little smoggy today.
It was. I
It was
noticed that on the drive
gross.
through Golden and Denver today.
My lungs, my throat, like I said, I've been feeling a little under the weather recently. Did not like it whatsoever.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all
good
gravy.
in the hood.
Yeah, so it's already mid-July, which means we got Go Fest coming up.
Yep. And that's pretty much the main thing I'm looking forward to. Like right now, we have the 5th annual event thing going on
Before the storm.
Yes, and if any of the players are like me, I just find it annoying they do this event simply because I'm trying not to catch all little Darumaka's to find that shiny.
Oh, you're talking about the 5-year anniversary.
Yes.
So those that don't know or are too young to remember,
Too young to remember. Jesus Christ.
Pokemon Go came out 5 years ago. Big shocker, since we lost like 2 of it to a pandemic, is what it seems like. I had 2 birthdays during the pandemic.
You technically did.
It was interesting. I went from 29 to 31 real quick. Anyway,
It's okay. 2020 is the lost year. We were just
the
like,
lost year.
yeah.
But anyway, with that, Pokemon Go's been out for 5 years. We're on Gen 6 right now, which means hopefully, we talk about it a lot, but Halloween, hopefully we'll splash in some Gen 7 Halloween, like
Again,
Mimikyu.
Mimikyu
But
should be there.
but anyway, with this, there's a whole bunch going on for this 5th year anniversary, including they added shiny Darumaka. Little Darumaka, he's just like, haha, I'm Darumaka.
It just looks like a little like pink meatball.
And then he evolves into very cool, kind of angry,
like crimson red.
Darmatan, is that?
Darmatan.
Yeah, Darmatan.
He looks dope.
I'm not a big fan of the Galarian forms, but
you don't like him with his Snowfro?
Big Snowfro. It looks like a snow tumor to me.
Oh no, that is a Snowfro if I've ever seen one.
Mm.
But that form isn't shiny, which sucks.
Not yet.
But at some point it will. I know, like the main thing I've been doing. Again, I don't like the fact that they brought out this Pokemon that I want to catch a bunch of.
Right.
Especially when I need Pokeballs for Go Fest.
You don't need Pokeballs. Hear me out.
You do.
This is Go Fest. You know what's going to happen. They're going to drop stops. Okay? There's a lot of stops. Go to a place. Okay, so we're going to give you how to prepare for Go Fest, because you need balls. Okay. You need big balls. I mean, lots of balls. Get the very, very big balls. We love big balls. So you're going to need balls. You're going to need probably items. So this is just in-game stuff. We'll talk about out-of-game stuff here in a second.
Yeah. Take him through the struggle.
And so, like, you're going to need Pokemon storage. If you still have, like, 700, Joel.
Joel's a monster, though. Yeah, he's an outlier.
No, I think he has more. No.
I think he...
But either way, you're going to need Pokemon storage, because there's going to be a lot of Pokemon to catch, because, inevitably, most of them will be shiny, available, or optional, or whatever, and all this other stuff. But you're going to want to catch it because there's always going to be, like, different, like, thing going on in terms of, like, hey, catch it for this bonus, or to compete with your friends, because they're going to do that nonsense where you can see what your friends are doing. Yeah. But, so you're going to need backspace, you're going to need balls to catch Pokemon. So what I recommend is go to a place that'll have a decent amount of Pokemon stops that you can go around. So we're gonna try to go downtown, maybe.
That's the goal.
Denver.
If not, then it'll be AMC.
Our backup is like AMC, a park which has.
I need to check the weather.
It's got a good amount of Pokestops, but the idea is to refill our bags as we're catching asinine amounts of Pokemon. Ooh. So Saturday is going to be mainly catch and go, in which Sunday will be more raid centric. So at least for Saturday, prepare. If you have some coins laying around, I highly recommend Pokemon space, but also bag space. Bag space might arguably be more important because you're going to be spending a ton of stops to try to fill up on all your items. But then again, you might be using all your items So maybe bag space not as important, still
Well,
important.
I think it just depends on what kind of stuff you're going to be focusing on. So if you have a lot of max revives and max potions, you clearly don't need potions, hyper potions, max potions, or revives.
You shouldn't be
So you
carrying
could
too many of
just
those anyway.
eat those out, go to your evolution items. I always keep about 10 of each. Just because, again,
The
they're,
evolution items?
yeah, just
Okay,
because there
okay,
might
okay.
be missions that require some. And
I thought you were
I
still talking
never,
about potions. Like,
no,
I was like,
no,
damn,
no.
bold
Like
move.
this is like key items. Then I also go through what is it? I'll kind of pass out all my rare candies to the legendaries that I want.
Okay.
That's another thing. I know some people accidentally, like my friend Ashley, she accidentally chucked a few of her rare candies out. I think she chucked 8 before she realized it. And I'm
Well,
like,
at least you didn't chuck like all of them. You know how you can
no,
accidentally
yes,
hit
you
the
can like,
minus and it'll go back to the max
right.
amount that you had.
So like, give that to the Pokemon who you want it to go to.
Okay.
But I always keep evolution items because you never know if there might be a mission coming up that, or like part of this Go Fest stuff, there might be something like evolve up Pokemon that need items. So never just chuck all those, never chuck all your berries out. Always keep about like 10 to 20
Mhm.
because you never know there might be missions like use 10 Raz, use 10 this. And if you chucked them all, then you have to hope the stops you
Hope to stop it.
encounter
Yeah.
give it to you, or else you're going to be waiting that time. But always give yourself a little allotment. So like for me right now, I'm hunting Pokeballs. So I've been prepping all this week of going to the little 4 stops by my house. It's like the gym and 4 stops all by the park, and I just sit there. And if you have stuff like the Pogo, like the little Pokeball
Yeah. So pretty
that
much
you
like
get with Let's Go,
the Pokemon Go Plus or the
yes,
Pokemon. Okay.
that's
Which
something to really invest in. If you haven't got one yet, please, like, I would highly recommend it. Charge it up, make sure that shit's ready to go, make sure everything's synced, um, because that will help with in the realm of items. If you have it set to just spin stops for you, it's a
yep.
lot nicer because God only knows if Niantic is going to have rockets like they did last time, or like other trainers there,
I was just gonna
and they're
say
just going to be
it,
like blocking your way.
it could be like the Kanto event where there
Uh,
was just trainers on every gym, which I
like
thought was
it
kind of
was
neat.
it was
But
this
at the
cool
same
feature,
time,
but it
like
was also
let
annoying.
me turn it off.
Yes.
Let me just beat their ass once, and they just
So
never bugged me again.
yeah, so for items, that's my recommendation
Okay.
because again, but like you said, backspace is going to be like key. So have the backspace.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to have a big sack to put your balls in, bud.
It's true.
True.
It's
So,
true.
but really though, those are some key ones outside of the game because everyone knows how to play Pokemon Go. I'd hope.
I hope.
But outside of the game, we did you see the weather?
Yeah, it says it's gonna be fucking 91.
Yeah, it's been
Like,
hot recently, and I'm not
fuck.
talking about just here, everywhere.
Yeah, we've seen it in Canada.
Be prepared.
Please
Yeah, like
find shelter, shade.
literally in some parts of like what was that like a
What?
like ocean, well, not ocean, but like sea life or wet life was dying, like just basically baking
It's
itself or
boiling
boiling
itself.
itself. Yeah, that's scary shit. So if you're outside,
Climate change.
if you're outside playing a game, please be mindful of yourself. You are the most important
Yeah,
thing,
like
Pokemon or whatever. You need to hydrate. You need to stay safe from the sun. So if
if you're a daywalker, I'm sorry. If you're like if you're just like really pale, like and like wear
yeah, if
your
you're a little bit
sunscreen.
like this,
Yeah,
you
like
probably need to
even
sunscreen up.
even tan people can get it.
But
Like
like, I got some decent armor here, but I still probably will need it if I'm going to be out all day.
yeah,
And so make sure you're hydrated, make sure you have protection from the sun, and that includes shade. Like if
yeah.
you can get to shade, cool down. If it is going to be hot where you're at,
Plan for areas that have shade. So
yeah.
if you're downtown, a lot of heat can get trapped
hmm
in areas, and you have the reflections of buildings. Like that's can be pretty killer. So
And yes, it is a timed event, but don't feel rushed. Take your time. Don't be afraid to take breaks if you need to. Sit when
yeah,
you need to. Um, like I said, get out of the sun for a little bit.
wear good
Get a drink.
shoes.
Wear good shoes. Your feet will thank you. My feet still hurt from last Pokemon. No, I'm
If
kidding.
you chafe, like
Um,
have good stuff. I know they make like those chafe bar things.
hey, those are good.
But no, I
No,
remember
really.
like we had friends in Chicago who went to like Chicago before we did,
Yeah.
and they were telling us like they like got done walking that time and they were just in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And these are like fit people, like not like just like massive people again.
Not
Like
chonkers like myself. Yeah.
it's yeah, like I got some chunk, but it's you got to make sure you're fully prepared for friction, weather, and all
Yeah.
the above.
Yeah, be prepared.
Indeed.
Because nothing's worse than like chafed nipples. So that's
Oh, I didn't even know that was like a thing.
guys and girls alike. It's
Get
terrible.
those
So
pasties.
yeah, a little bit of tape can go a long way.
That breathable shirts.
Yeah,
The other
be
thing,
comfy. That's the big thing. Like you can
yes.
look fly, but be comfy.
Another big thing is make sure you're fueled up in all the ways possible. So make sure your vehicle is fueled. If you're
Sure.
going to be driving places, get it before the weekend because obviously like people are more out and about as COVID restrictions lift. People are getting more out there, so just be mindful of them.
Hmm.
Make sure you have food. Make sure you eat breakfast. Make sure you have fucking water or something to stay hydrated,
Yep.
like Justin said earlier. Carry snacks like little like gummy treats, something to just boost your energy while you're
Yeah,
out there. Trail mix.
I have a little shoulder sling bag, so I'm not gonna full backpack it up, but I'll have a
No,
little
yeah,
shoulder sling bag. It's pretty cool. It's
yeah.
stylish.
Or again,
And then I'll have like
just
snacks. I'll have a water bottle in there, and I'll probably even put like one of those little collapsible umbrellas,
I'm gonna have my
um,
umbrella with
just
me.
for some Sade because you're gonna want it. Because even 91 people are like, "Oh, I'm from Texas or whatever. I'm used to 91." Like, no, you don't. You don't want that heat. Literally, you don't.
And
So
it's great if you're familiar with heat, but again, don't think that like
take care of
you
yourself.
can experience heat, but at the same time, playing and you kind of get lost in the sauce when you're playing the game. You might not keep track of time. So the other thing is also just make sure you have a meal plan. Like
Yeah, take a
how
break. Go
like
get
if you're
lunch.
gonna play for 3 hours, take a break. Still go somewhere where there's a poke stop if you could find one.
Hmm.
Denver is a great location for that because there's plenty. And just have some cash ready. But again, like Justin said too, like pack light. Like you want to be able to be mobile, be comfortable. So if you're lugging down a heavy backpack with like a bunch of miscellaneous crap that you don't need, use the day before to kind of clear up that space. Just like you would your digital bag in Pokemon, do the same thing for yourself.
Yeah,
So
and like I said, just try to be comfy
yeah.
and take care of yourself. Um, but yeah, outside of that, I'm pretty excited. Like I said, Saturday's gonna be more catch and go. There's gonna be a lot of like different events going on during the thing. I'm curious to see what the whole like ticketed event thing for each city means.
I'm just wondering if like geographically it's gonna pick up your location and give you a medal.
It's like, oh, you're actually in Denver, so you
Yeah.
signed up for the Denver ticket. Why not do that?
So
I
I
have
don't know.
I have no idea.
Because I haven't heard of anything closing down. I just think with the Russia people, I don't think Niantic wants to risk having like hosting, especially because there's so many locations.
Right. And there's multiple cities across the world that are doing a Pokemon Go event. So like I said, I'm just kind of curious because there's like no real information about what that entails. It's just like sign up. Here's your ticket. It's like, oh, you got the ticket.
Sweet.
Is that the golden ticket? Do I get to go see the factory where they put all this trash Pikachu shit out, or like what do I do? I'm just kind
Trash
of curious. You got
Pikachu.
flying Pikachu?
Well, and see, that's the other thing is like,
Oh, Rockstar Pikachu?
so is it going to be Rockstar and Popstar Pikachu's running around, or is it going to be this Meloetta with little top hats running around?
Who knows?
Because I'm going to be mad if it's going to be the Meloetta ones.
What if it's you have to? Okay, I think honestly, I think it's going to be the top hat ones that are running around. I think the Pop Star and Rockstar Pikachu's are going to be. I think, isn't it similar? Like you have to pick a side essentially. You have to
You
pick Pop Star
do.
or Rockstar. So you get and that'll be your buddy for the quest chain, maybe.
Well, I'll make him my buddy because I'm sure there's going to be stuff where you have to earn like candies for your buddy, and Pikachu's one of the best ones because it's only 1 kilometer per candy.
Yeah.
So,
If you can try to coordinate if other people are playing, like you can go play with people, to areas you think people are going to be at, because inevitably there's going to be like meet 5 new friends. Like, oh
I don't
yay.
want that.
I think you can delete friends and re-add them.
Okay,
I don't know if you can.
I'm just going to
make
make. Oh God, that's gonna be
just make 5
horrible.
baby accounts.
Well,
to
no, I'll just like
like
defriend
Brad.
myself if that's the case.
That's
Like,
what I'm thinking. I don't know how it's gonna work, but
uh,
either way, go maybe player where you think some other players might. I mean, you know Pokemon Go players when you see them, so
or just again
maybe.
hop on Discord. There's plenty of people who put their friend
Oh,
codes up
like
on
you
those
did that.
channels.
Didn't you do that raid at Kaiser when we went to
Yeah, that
H-Mart?
was really rare.
We saw, like I said, Pokemon Go players when you see them because we
Yeah,
see them like
they
running
have very
across this parking
distinguishable
lot.
traits
And
like herds,
oh, there's a raid,
looking at
and they're just like looking at
phones.
their phones.
Yes.
And then we're in the car, so he's like, I'm hopping.
Yeah, I was like, I
hops
was like, I
in,
see those nerds.
and then we drive around the corner, but he's able to get in there, so it's pretty cool.
Remote
Um,
raid pass for the win.
hell yeah.
But what
Let
else?
me hold more remote raid
Well,
passes.
what is your
Um,
take for day 2?
my take for day 2 is raids. If you've ever done raid trains before, maybe similar to that. In which case, you're gonna do like maybe line out a path. Maybe think about like
I'm gonna close it.
what where you want to raid or what you kind of want to raid for. I think I think there is a list, like, because ideally, what is it? What is like every legend that's
So
been in the game except for certain ones, except for like mythicals don't count. You'll be able to raid for.
well, yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of obviously legendaries and mythicals. So a big thing I would highly suggest doing is just getting your game plan for which hours you want to focus on.
True.
They haven't exactly released which what the missions will be, but they're going to be in regards to raids. So if you're one of those people that do remote raiding, maybe wait till those missions are available before you do the raids. Because the worst thing would be to waste like 20 raid passes and then none of it counts towards your missions.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of SOL. And I know there's might be some people who don't go out and physically raid, either because they have whatever constraints, which is fine. But just make sure that you have whatever missions. Try to maybe stay on social media, like either Twitter or whatever, and see what those missions are,
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
they
say
will
like
post it. Like, because
there's gonna be
again,
news outlets because like in New Zealand and
yeah,
stuff, they get it first.
thank God for time
Inevitably,
zones.
they get all of the bugs first too, and then we get makeup days. But anyway, um, they're gonna get GoFest pretty much a day earlier than us.
Yeah,
And
18
that's
hours
Saturday
exact.
and Sunday. So when we're doing GoFest on Saturday, they'll be doing most of their Sunday stuff probably. In which case we'll learn, hey, this is the quest chain breakdown. And some of you like, I don't want to be spoiled, I don't want to do it. Understandable. But if you do want to plan ahead, which I highly recommend, go ahead and like look at these news outlets. There's a handful of them.
Gobs.
Inevitably there's going to be a whole bunch of news articles posted. Your kind of usual suspects, Pokemon Go Hub or PokeGo Hub, and the like. And then our Discord, we have it linked up to certain news filter sites too for Pokemon Go. So something will be posted. We'll be talking about it. So I would say plan accordingly. The way I'm thinking about it, like I said, it's kind of like back at the day when we did our raid hours,
Yeah.
like for the legendary birds and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, we're gonna find an hour we want to focus on, depending on what the quests are. Find an hour we really want to focus on, and maybe we go hit 10, 15 gyms or something like in a row. We plan out like we use our old path.
The
Go
old way.
the old path,
Oh God.
Yeah. And then we go raid and we have a good time. It's been a hot minute since we've done anything like that.
And again, that's
Um,
goes hand in hand with making sure you're fueled up.
yes. Because
Have your
I'm not
snacks.
walking to 15
No,
different gyms.
but that's also where it might be like a good place to go would be like AMC, because there's all those gyms nearby. And I don't know if they're gonna have it where the raids are consistent through the hour, like if they just
Oh,
change,
like this
or
one
it's
has
just
gone
open.
through. Like it's like a what when they do. I was trying to
When they
remember.
do the raid hour stuff, it
When they do,
literally
like, the
just
quick
lasts
raids?
the whole hour.
Right. So I don't know if they're going to do them like that, or if they're going to do it like you have 30 minutes to do this, and
I'm
then it'll
hoping they do.
shuffle out
I'm hoping they do
to
like
the next
15-minute
one.
intervals,
15 minutes.
because then each gym would get 4, so you don't have to migrate to so many locations. You
Right.
stay
And
in
so
one
and
hub.
that'd be nice if it was like a different one every time. That would be fun. I'd like to see if that's how
Yeah.
they do it. I would prefer it that way too. Inevitably in the code it's easier probably just to keep
Yeah.
the same one around for an hour, but I would like the whole rotating one
Yeah.
every 15 minutes or
And
so.
then I also think you do get, I think, 10 raid passes
Yeah.
that day.
Well, I believe they are all
The-
like the orange ones, so you have to
The
be
physically there.
at the gym or within the distance. And I don't remember if they
They
retroactively.
did retro.
So it's back to
It's
normal.
back to the normal
The
distancing.
small ass circle.
I know, yeah, people were petitioning to avoid that, but
I
I
was
think they
upset
still
that they
there.
reset it.
That
Like,
was
I
dumb.
missed the double distance from stops and gyms and stuff.
That was a weird call for Niantic to make, but we already know Niantic does weird shit like that.
So yeah.
So that's
So
not a
anyway,
surprise.
so unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, forced to meet other players again. It's like
Again,
nice beard.
yeah, be as safe as you want to be. If other people are invading your space again, use manners. Some people, again, it's been a while since they've interacted with others. For some, I guess, but don't forget that they're still people.
Yeah,
So be respectful,
absolutely.
be courteous.
So that'll be fun. So raid day, I'm probably less excited about, but I think it'll be fun.
I just want to
Um,
focus on Pokemon, like catching
it's
them.
been it's been a hot minute since I've been like super involved with Pokemon Go. Like I said, we mainly play, or I mainly play like in passing, like I do my dailies.
Filthy
I
casual.
uh, I am a filthy
Ugh,
casual. Too bad.
how dare.
Um, and I think this is a good opportunity for me to kind of enjoy an event again. Because like I said, when we went to AMC, a couple
For
community days ago, that was
Swablu.
super nice. Or even this last community day, I was like out, like, oh, it's actually in your neighborhood.
Oh,
But I was like
good
running
point.
around, and I was like, oh my god, this is fun. Like, it'd been a real hot minute since I'd actually like gone out and tried to go hunt Pokemon. Um, hot minute, because usually I just catch them all in passing, or they come to my incense or whatever. So this event will be a nice one. I think it's also going to be nice, like um, being downtown. If we do that, if we
I
end up
really want
if
to.
we
I
end up
think it'd
going
be dope.
downtown, playing downtown can be kind of fun. It'll be nice because there's taller buildings, so there's shade, and there's a lot of things to do down there. And if we have to stow away, we can always just use my office. But like anyway, shit like that. That'll be kind of nice. And then like kind of, I'm forward thinking to when we go to Japan,
Hmm.
because I'm definitely gonna want to play Pokemon Go more
At
in
least take
Japan.
photos of
Um,
Pikachu and whatever on things. Just be like,
oh,
you would be
Vulpix, of
Vulpixes.
course,
Mine would
bro.
be a
I'm
Lowen
moving. I'm
Raichu.
moving to Hokkaido. Okay, I don't care what anyone
Is
says.
that your ultimate goal? You're just like, I just
Hak-
want a summer home.
Hakodate, here I come,
I
bro.
just want a summer home in another
Yeah,
country and
look,
just
my
be like,
office is letting. Well, never mind. We're on this like mixed work schedule, so even when our office opens fully, it's going to be like three in the office, two out, or the other way around.
as
So
all jobs should be
I only have to be
doing.
in the office for a couple days a week, but I can work remotely the other ones. If I just like go to Japan and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, office, I can't come back because of my debilitating me disease. Then I can't fly back 'cause
Who
I'm
does
stuck
that?
in Japan. So I'll just work from Japan, but
Yeah, technically it's just you'll just be full remote, and
all I
that's
need is an
fine.
internet connection, literally. So yeah, I'm just gonna move there. Hokkaido, if you guys don't know, the most big cities in Japan have Pokemon ambassadors, which I'm super pumped for. And if you've never seen them, they do like to promote tourism and kind of beautify the city. Their manhole lids are like Pokemon art.
Which is dope. That's
Um,
really pretty.
so most of these cities that have these like ambassador Pokemon have that Pokemon featured on all their manhole lids. So in Hokkaido, their ambassador is Vulpix, both
Both Alolan
Vulpixes.
and
Yeah,
the
Alolan and
Pix.
regular Vulpix. So they have
Cute.
26 manhole covers around Hokkaido, which is a huge province. 26 manhole covers around Hokkaido that have Vulpix art featured on them.
So does that mean when we're there, one of our days is going to be dedicated to finding on the Vulpixes?
If you want to join me on that journey, you are more than welcome
I
to.
want to
I will
explore
find
shit.
all of the Vulpix
I want to
covers.
explore shit. And I
And I
think
will also
like
have to find my new house because I'm moving there. So anyway, point is I'm going to be really excited to play Pokemon Go in that
all
kind of
right.
dense urban area. I'm excited for Pokemon Go Fest. If we go downtown, to be able to play back downtown because it's been a hot minute since I've been down there. Even though my office is there, I haven't been in my office since like March or April last year. So that'll be fun. And then, like I said, just kind of like the thrill of the hunt. I haven't actually hunted Pokemon in a hot minute. Even when new opponents come out, I'm like, I'll catch those in passing, which I do. So I'll go to King Supers and oh, cool, that Pokemon's there. Nice, I caught it. But
I definitely
I'm not like, I need this now, and then I'm out there. So I think this will help kind of reinvigorate me with Pokemon Go because like finding that I don't have a lot of time for a lot of things, so a lot of things kind of get like
gasp.
pushed to the wayside,
How dare.
including a lot of my video games, not just Pokemon. I don't get to play fucking anything anymore, so I'm just sitting there like, cool. But I think this is a good opportunity for me. Um, and then the raids will be fun. I think the whole system needs to be revamped.
And
Also,
Yeah.
one note. I did want to point out,
Okay.
if you're thinking about buying, I know you're going to be walking around a lot. All right, it's Go Fest. You'll be walking around a lot, or you'll be cruising if you're in your car, cruising at a low enough speed that lets you crack some eggs. Right? Don't
Okay.
fucking do it. All right. If you're thinking about buying all of those incubators, I want you to go rub one out. All right. Post nut clarity is a thing. It's very important. All right. And don't buy incubators.
It's a waste.
Okay. All right. This is anti-incubator propaganda that I'm signing up for because I just like right now the egg system is so fucking terrible. It's such a waste of time and money. And like, yes, it's nice to crack eggs. Fun. And some people don't like having eggs in their inventory. Like, oh, I hate seeing shit there. I'd like it to be clean and empty or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
You'll never really fill it up real quick anyway. But until they change the egg system, or Niantic, hear me out. Add breeding, and I don't mean Rule 34 breeding. I don't mean this weird Pokemon cake breeding. I need let me help create the Pokemon eggs that I want to hatch. I will buy as many incubators as possible to hatch the eggs that I want.
As humanly possible.
I'm serious. Like, if you want my money on incubators, that's how you get it. Breeding. End of story. So, this isn't to shit on you guys that like to hatch eggs or want to buy incubators. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's your money. It's how you play the game. You don't have to listen to me. But I will say that I think they're fucking waste of time and money.
Well, and I don't think there's any major perks. Like, there'll be...
Yeah, what are the egg Pokemon?
Well, you could hatch, like...
Can you hatch Rockstar or Popstar Pikachus?
Dude, that'd be amazing, but I don't think that's one of the things.
Can you?
I was more... Let me see. Let me go and find some of the deets really quick.
If my egg pool was literally just Pokemon that I might actually want, that'd be a whole different story. But it's literally a gacha game. It's like gambling with eggs. It's like opening card packs. It's insane.
Yeah.
You're like,
right
what
now,
am I gonna get? Oh, Snowrun.
Yeah, they haven't really said too much about it. I just know with the eggs itself, like eggs haven't really been worthwhile in any of the Go Fest that you go to. Well, and again, sometimes it can keep you from getting Pokemon. Just focus on the Pokemon that are premiered and go for that. So if you're trying to get those shiny variants when it comes to like the hats, for example, like I guess you can go and hunt for the raids on the 17th, so Saturday. There'll be the Galarian Ponyta and Galarian Zigzagoon that could potentially be shiny. That have raids. Hats. So that might be something you want to do. But again, if you want to focus your energies on that, that's you. Like if you want to battle for that, that's fine. I would highly suggest for raids like that, things like Poke Genie and other things that allow you to. I was learning about Poke Genie more this weekend. Which is an app that you can get that can allow you to raid at distances just like spoofers do. Amazing.
But it's not spoofing?
But it's not spoofing for you. What it is you basically give your code. It gives your code to someone, and they follow whatever protocol for your friend. They add you and then invite you. So they solicit you for friend codes. So it is legitimate, but I still think it's like, that's pretty fucking clever, you guys.
That's like, pretty funny.
I don't want to spoof, but these people are helping me do all this. That's actually
hilarious. That's true, because I do end up raiding in Japan like once a day. I just wanted you to know. That's because Carla keeps inviting me.
You have a concept. But it's one of those things where I saw like them get invited and I'm watching. I'm like, dude, that's really dope. So if you invest in those things, like that might be something that you want to do, and it's considered legitimate.
Do you think?
Just be mindful. I don't know, and I get worrisome with Niantic because sometimes they get wonky with how they do bans. But still, like if you want to raid, that is one way, and it's not you cheating because someone is inviting you to a raid. You're not doing anything with your system to modify the app in any way, shape, or form.
True.
I just don't know how they feel about Poke Genie or things like that. But
I mean, technically, so what it sounds like is Poke Genie is just using, albeit exploiting, systems that are already in the game, because you can friend code anywhere. It's not like you have to be within friending distance.
Yes, you don't.
There's no friending distance. I can send my code to Carla's friends that she plays with in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can friend each other and send each other a gift or whatever.
Yes.
And then they can invite me to the same raids that I can invite them to.
Correct.
It's just like they're in Japan. I'm not sure they want to raid in Aurora, Colorado, but they might. So, but yeah. So that's a system that's already in play that works.
Yes.
And I don't think that's something Niantic necessarily would
I don't think they
flag
could
because there's
fight that because it's people using their passes the same way.
yeah, and it's all
It's playing the game the
technically
way they wanted it to be played.
it's consensual. You're
Yeah,
trusting these people. You're
it's
giving
all
them.
it's all about consent.
It's always consent. Always get consent. In fact, if you're on a if you don't think you have consent, double check. All right, just
If you don't know, ask again.
yeah. And then if you don't have it, then don't fucking do it. But anyway,
Going forward with the raid stuff. So it's a big thing. So definitely check out some of the resources on like Reddit for the raids. Some things to consider is that some Pokemon still have not had the shiny variants come out. So maybe not allocate so much time to fighting them. For example, like Dialga, Palkia, who
the
else?
Diamond and Pearl are
Zekrom.
my favorites.
Well, that's fine. Kyurem, the Lake Spirits.
Yeah, what a missed opportunity that none of those have shinies.
Right. So eventually those will have to have shiny variants. So that might not be something you want to spend this time hunting for. The other thing is like Mewtwo was going to be a big thing for me. But then in like a week or two, there's going to be a
It's like a
Mewtwo
whole
raid hour.
week, or is it an hour? Or are those
It's
during the
no,
week?
it's going to be a raid hour, I
Okay.
think. I'll double check, but I know there basically
There's a
there's
separate
opportunity
Mewtwo raid event.
that you could solely focus on Mewtwo's. So
Hey, get those
again,
green Mewtwo's.
go through those windows and see which ones you really want to do. Obviously, now you can get the 3 XL candies or more when you catch,
Okay,
which is
nice.
dope. But again, for Pokemon legendaries that have already been out that most likely come back, like Lugia, that bitch is always returning from the sea. Like,
Beautiful.
do you want to spend your time doing that,
Yes.
or would you want to try to find like shiny unknowns for the short bursts you have?
That's right.
So kind of weigh those priorities and see which ones you want to do. Is just my suggestion for that. I know I probably only spending a hell of a lot of time rating personally, just because I want more of the rare things that I paid my $5 for. And again, $5 isn't crazy.
Pretty good idea, or a pretty good price
compared to what we spent traveling to Chicago and doing all those things.
Worth.
But the experience was still worthwhile. So again, keep that in mind when you're doing these and planning. And again, talk to your community. There might be people, I've already seen people reaching out on things and
like, hey,
use
what's your plans
avenues
for?
Yeah, like what's the number one Pokemon you're going for? Maybe you could form a Mewtwo squad or a Lugia squad or a Legendary Bird squad, and you guys just all do those Pokemon. Like just an idea, because again, not everyone might be hunting like the legendary dogs or the legendary beasts, but you might have a crew that wants to find lake spirits. So when they come up, that's something you might want a notification on. Let people know, because if I see raids, I'll post up if I know someone else is looking. If you don't have like global vision or you can see the whole map, like
do you have a chase Pokemon in this race? Do you have
actually no
raid Pokemon that
not
you're
anymore.
looking forward to?
Not anymore.
Outside of the Mewtwo, because that's
yeah,
gonna be
like
something.
I want to do the birds because I wanted to boost them up. At the same time, that's a lot of energy cost. So right now, I'm not like I'll do the raids mainly just to do whatever missions require them, but or to help people out. And we have a group of friends that are trying to just have people to fight. And I'll gladly help. That's perfectly fine. But my main focus will be hunting Pokemon that are just out.
So Saturday's your day, Sundays
Sundays.
Cool, but like there's nothing you're really looking for.
Mm-mm.
And then inevitably there will still be Pokemon to catch on Sunday, but it's mainly focused on the raiding aspect.
Correct. And like again, it still sucks we have this limit on remote raids. It would be great to use all those raid passes. But again, I don't know who in Aurora needs that assistance. I also really don't like, and again, it's all supposed to be 90 on that day too. So being in a car driving around Aurora for the full 7 hours just is not, or 8 hours, whatever it is, doesn't sound too appealing to me. As opposed to if someone needed a few helps here and there, cool.
And like you said, that's why we like plan ahead of time. Like, hey, do I really want to go out this hour, that hour? Why don't we just grab lunch, and while we're out, we can hit a couple raids, and then we'll just head back. Or,
yes,
we're on our way to the strip club, so we might as well just do a couple raids. I don't know why we're hitting the strip club on Sunday, but that is what it is.
Scott's dead. Well, no, like that's. I think if anything, I'm looking for like Lugia. Yeah, because I like Lugia. Probably who else? And I think like the legendary birds. I think those are the main ones I was looking for. So technically that is one of them every hour.
Okay.
I could do. I don't really need all the others. I have lucky forms of all of them,
Oh, I think
so
I
I
still
don't
need.
need many.
I might do the lake spirits just because those are
Rarer.
rare.
Yeah. And again, if you have lucky friends, again, that might be something to coordinate with people. If you could do certain trades, maybe there might be that legendary that you want lucky.
True. I do have lucky friends with a couple of people. I think I still have lucky friends with Herb.
Herb. Maybe we could do those trades tomorrow. Oh my god.
It's been. We've been lucky friends since Lucky Friends started, and we've never traded for it.
I can see that.
Um.
I can see that.
So yeah. Oh, completely unrelated. Niantic needs to make every Pokemon in the wild shiny. I don't care. That's it. That's it. That's my spiel. I was really upset the other day. I was not that it matters. I was over in your neighborhood again. We were hanging out at the
Okay.
fire pit,
Okay. It's just
and
like,
I'm
wait,
by Heroes, and there's an Arcanine in the parking lot.
that can be shiny.
Yeah, but mine wasn't, so it can't
Oh,
be shiny.
I was like,
Clearly,
it can't be
clearly
shiny.
it can't be shiny.
Yeah.
There's an Arcanine, and then there was the Pikachu, and I was like, I want to catch one of these, but I don't want to catch the other one, but I want the shiny for both of them
Mhm.
because I just want more shiny Arcanines. So hit the Arcanine, wasn't shiny, Sag, and then the Pikachu disappeared. So then I was like,
It
no
could be a
harm.
shiny boy.
Yeah, no loss. I don't care. And then like I'm just tapping other Pokemon, and I was like, oh, well, that's fun. You can't be shiny, you bitch. And so I was like thinking, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, well, Arcanine's one of the few that can be shiny.
Mhm.
Evolve like evolutions out in the wild. That's pretty cool. They should all be shiny.
It should be.
I think every Pokemon should just be shiny. Fuck it. Don't have to use it as a, hey, come play my event. Come pay extra money to be in this event. Just have them be shiny, and then just increase the odds for the same events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Really.
Yeah, I mean, maybe everything should be shiny, and maybe the odds shouldn't be that high. Fuck it, I don't care. And then when the event comes out, then you increase the shiny odds.
Yeah.
Kind of like in kind of the mainstay RPGs, the Pokemon RPGs, like on Game Boy. Like technically, you can have a shiny starter if you reset
Yeah.
3,000.
Or have your first Pokemon be shiny like I had.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
oh, your first wild Pokemon.
My first wild
your
was a
Poochyena.
shiny Poochyena.
And like you started seeing a bunch of gray Poochyena.
Yeah, I was
You're
like,
like, what's wrong with
what
your
the hell?
dog? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, mine
what?
was gold.
Oh, oh,
I
oh.
miss that pooch.
It's like that the ice caves in Pokemon Silver. I ran into a Golbat that was shiny and I didn't realize it. So it was like it shows up and it's like sparkle, sparkle, and I was like, what the fuck is this nonsense? I caught it because I was like, that's weird. It looks weird, and then I was like, oh, it's shiny.
That's cool.
It's kind of neat. And that was my first actual like full odds rare shiny.
Aw.
And then
My first was Yenma.
Yanma? Blue Yanma?
In gold and silver, yeah.
Ooh. Mine was that Golbat.
Nice.
And then I've got a few in here and there, like in the other games. I don't do a lot of shiny hunting, even when you get access to shiny charms.
Right.
But I still advocate for shiny charms in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And shiny Pokemon everywhere. Just let the people live. All right,
Give
them what they want. Give the gays what they want. Exactly. All right. Well, like I said, if you're doing Pokemon Go Fest, $5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good price. I'm curious to see how the event turns out. Hopefully, it's better than the Kanto event was.
And it also has those global challenges. I don't really care too much about it because I think everyone's gonna be playing so much. We're going to achieve it.
Well, I don't think
I don't really
missed the
focus
global
on it.
challenge. There was that one time when we were a little scared that Instinct wasn't gonna make it.
Shut the fuck up.
You remember that? You were there.
I know.
I was like, okay, I know the 10.
Why do you think I was playing on my other accounts?
I was like, I know the 10 Instinct players in Aurora are doing their best. Where the fuck are the rest of the Instinct players?
Shut up.
No, but really
Talking
though.
shit.
That shit was so funny. But anyway, yeah, there's gonna be global events. There's gonna be all this stuff. I don't think we've ever actually missed one. They might have shifted the mark a little bit to help some of these.
And like
out.
they say, it's like space, time, and I feel like the third one's gonna be like creation, because Arceus. That's
Arceus.
my guess because they haven't said anything.
Arceus.
But...
That game drops in January, by the way.
Oh, nice.
That'll be fun.
I still have yet to play Poké
There's
Snap.
going to be some tie-ins there. Pokemon Snap's it's lit. It's like the old games but new.
Oh,
It's like OG
how descriptive.
OG Pokemon Snap on the
Love it.
64, legitimately one of my favorite gaming experiences. It was so fun to me.
Nice.
And then the one on the Switch is very similar, obviously with newer Pokemon graphics and everything, but it plays pretty much the same. It's something a little cathartic about it. I really enjoyed it. That was a game that I was able to play. But yeah, so if you're doing Go Fest, take care of yourselves. Make sure
Please.
if you're in the heat, which most people will be, um, hydrate. Make sure you're taking care of your skin. Skin cancer is a real thing. It's a bitch.
It is.
Every cancer is a bitch, but make sure you take care of yourself. So that if that's what's sunscreen, sunscreen or whatever.
Aloe vera if you burn.
True.
If you want a quick thing to motivate you to wear sunscreen, look up sun boils.
Do not look up sun boils. They're gross, but understand that they are gross.
Like, look that shit up. That like it could even happen to again people with darker complexions.
Yeah, just use your
You can
imagination.
You can burn. You could boil.
Yeah, if
It
you've
is
ever seen,
not cute.
remember Blade when he uses the UV light on that one? Fat
Yeah,
vampire and
that
it's
that's
just,
like the
boiling?
extreme.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Like I always just envision things like what was it? Was it 2020 or whatever? Where I forgot. It's like the sun rays hit like San Francisco or something, and it just like hit the like bridge and it just like
my god,
boiled everything.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
yeah.
imagine like when the sun breaks through on like a hot day
Yeah.
of just like burn or like Terminator
Well,
Judgment Day when
Yeah, I was
Sarah's
like,
at the
I was
park,
about
like,
to say that 91 degrees, like she's on the fence.
That's
Yeah.
how I feel
That's
with
yeah.
extreme heat, and that's why I'm just like,
So take care of yourself. Maybe wear a big hat, but be careful with hats because you'll be sweating a lot, and so you might get a little pimply or acne or whatever you want to call it.
yes.
Maybe pack an umbrella. We'll be having umbrellas.
Another thing is don't be deceived by drinking ice cold water. Your body actually has to work harder to heat that up. So
room temperature water is technically
actually
the best way
better
to drink
option
water.
for you.
Cold water is definitely refreshing.
Splash it on your face or something.
But even if you let your water warm up, it doesn't have to be hot water. It doesn't
Not
or
scalding.
even warm water per se. If it's like room temperature or decent temperature, like you said, your body has to work to warm that water up before it can really actually absorb it. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind. Though I do love cold water. But yeah, hydrate, take care of your skin, take care of yourselves, take care of your portable batteries and stuff like that, or charging stations. Plan your day out ahead. Because it'll be a lot. And then be sure to take breaks as much as you can whenever you want and when you can.
Just know like even your phone can overheat too. That's a big thing with the light. So always make sure your
Especially
back is kind of toward the sun as you play.
iPhone players,
yes,
iPhones get like really hot because they
They
got like
get hot.
when they have like the aluminum bodies, the metal body. Like I remember my iPad in the extreme, like when it's hot outside it gets boiling, like I've actually like almost burned my skin holding it. And then if you remember, like in the cold it's the exact opposite where it's just like freezing and it like hurts my hand to hold it. So sometimes I hate the beautiful design of my iPad. But anyway,
what was it? Literally like last week I was sitting in 91 degrees, like I was just sitting there with my phone and my phone wasn't operating because it was just hot.
It's too hot.
And I didn't realize it because I was watching my AC getting fixed. And I was sitting in the sun, and even the dude's like, how are you just sitting in the sun? I'm like, Pokemon has conditioned me. But my phone itself was just like burning, and I didn't realize it until I was like, oh shit, it's because it's so hot.
I think
so I had to set it down.
I think it's my iPad. It'll tell you, so the screen will stop working, and it gives you like this screen that says too hot to operate.
Yep.
Which means the components are just overheating. So be careful of that. Like I said, keep your phone in the shade. I know some people have like those like weird ice block cases or whatever. Keep your phones cool. So if you're out and about, plan for that kind of stuff. Take breaks, go wherever you need to go. And then the biggest thing is like, don't be afraid to not play Pokemon while you're out playing Pokemon, if that makes any sense. By that, I mean like if you're in a new area, explore.
Please look around.
If you're if there's an opportunity to maybe meet people, as long as you're comfortable to don't be afraid to do that. There's going to be a lot going on, so I think it'll be a fun time. But again, take care of yourself. We love you. Got anything else?
That's it for me.
Let's
be safe,
go.
please.
Oh,
Bye.
I'll read there.